Broadcast. All right. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So to you all on Facebook and I typed the wrong thing in. Okay. I typed in Vila Govinda instead of back to basics. Let us see what we can manage to do here. Sorry. Maybe I'll join. Okay, back. B-A-C-K. Back to basics. Back to basics live. All right, dear devotees, with the sound off. I'm here to serve, and let us begin by chanting our Vandana. Bande Ham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tan Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitanscha Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurataje Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, dear devotees, for some of you it is still the disappearance day of Srila Gadadhar Pandit and of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. For others, yesterday was that day, but it is still a continuous time for remembering the gift of Gadadhar Pandit and the gift of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and both of which are immeasurable in this world. So just very briefly, I hope that you may have read, sung, gone through the Srila Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dashakam composed by Srila Guru Maharaj in the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in remembrance of the disappearance of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in remembrance of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur indeed. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he disappeared from this world in the year 1914, and sometime after that, and before the disappearance of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Srila Guru Maharaj composed these 10 verses in praise of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in separation from him. Bhakti Vinod Viraha. Viraha means separation. And it's a very intense and wonderful prayer, of course, and of course means Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was so pleased with that I may have it here. I have the quote. I'm not on that page. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very pleased when he read that composition and said, let me just quickly look. Okay, so translator's note, and this is Svarupananda Prabhu some years ago, translating those 10 verses, he then put a note. The preceding prayer to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, 1838 to 1914. The pioneer of pure devotion in the recent age, was composed within the lifetime of the author's guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada. Upon reading the original Sanskrit verse, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur commented, "Now I am confident that we have one man who is qualified to uphold the standard of our sampradaya." So that is how important is that verse, that kirtan, or prayer, in fact. Hare Krishna, and composed in Sanskrit, composed by Srila Guru Maharaj. And we don't know the exact year that he composed it, but in Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's later time we can consider, because he's also Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he's wanting that the succession will continue. Hare Krishna, and how will it continue? All right, so we have ourselves Madhava Prabhu on Facebook, welcome, and others on Facebook who I can't actually see who's there without a little comment being typed in by somebody. And to all of you here, welcome. Maheshwari Devi Dasi, welcome, and we'll have her live, we hope, sometime very soon. I think arriving the 2nd of July. Yesterday, because I was away for the weekend, I was in Hungary, as some of you know, for their festival, their annual festival, with devotees coming from around and about. From all over the country, from the distant east, south, north, west, and Budapest in the middle. But I came back, and then the Munindra Mohan Prabhu was going through the list of who's coming, who's going, what's happening over the next short while. And Munindra Mohan and team, they have also declared a festival, by the way. They revived the summer festival. And that summer festival, I would have to see the exact dates. Vila Govinda Seva. Oh, well, I can see the invitation. There is 1, 2, 3. From 8th of August, I think it's 8th of August to the 18th of August. The last day being the Jagannath Anandotsav, very happy festival. So Jagannath means the father of Krishna. Jagannath, what? Not Jagannath Anandotsav. The father of Krishna is Nanda, Nandotsav. We're getting everything. I'm not seeing the invitation here. I'm just remembering with the early morning brain. So it is the Nandotsav, the day after Janmashtami, which is the actual feasting day. So from the 8th of August to the Nandotsav day, which is 17th or 18th of August, like that. So if anyone can come, Harini, Rupanuga, Aparajita, actually all of you, if any of you can come, you're very welcome. So anyhow, they were discussing who's coming, who's going over the next while, and we are very happy to know that Maheshwari is preparing to come and will be with us soon amongst you. And Ganga Lila Devi Dasi has raised a hand, but she's driving.
Hare Krishna, Dandavas Maharaj.
Dandava.
Yes, so I did something what I usually don't do. I reacted to somebody giving away like a bunch of gopi skirts because they're moving, and I'm like, oh, driving there now, and then I said Hare Krishna, and I was saying, okay, if she replies to Hare Krishna, because sometimes people have no idea, then I'll actually go. So I type Hare Krishna, and she's like sending hearts, and I'm like, I'm on my way. She's moving, and then she decides quickly that I don't have to pay for the clothing. And she said, do you have some friends? I'm like, yes, I have a friend who would love to have some of it. And then she looks at me and she said, and I have a second set of Bhagavatam. Would you like that? And I'm like, wow. So guess what's lying next to me here in a box? I'm bringing home a set of Bhagavatam right now, and because it's a total Krishna thing, because I wasn't even leaving my house for the evening, and it was all like, okay, I'll type this in. So I did this little thing, and then now I'm taking a set of Srimad Bhagavatam into my home, and I'm like absolutely moved that that's happening. And Maharaj, I know that's Krishna's arrangement. And would you have any suggestion for me to set them up? Is there like a specific prayer for me? And I already in my mind know where they go, you know. But it's like having basically a deity move into my house, isn't it?
It's like having Krishna in your house. There is
All right.
the verse in there which says, after the disappearance of Krishna from this world, when he finished his Leela, as it was visible Leela in this world, then the Lord is manifest now in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is manifest in form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, I expect you already know this, but you're asking me. Please don't put them low. You have a shelf which is honorable and high. And we little aside when we see sometimes like books on the bottom shelf of a bookshelf, while above them are all sorts of other books about various things.
Yes.
Don't put them low, put them high. But
I have an actually mantelpiece above my fireplace, and above the fireplace is a painting of the Ratha Lila.
Hare Krishna.
And Gurudev pictures right there, and then the deities from Vrindavan. It's a picture I brought from the parikrama, you know, like a silly laminated, but you know, it's only the lamination which is silly, nothing else is. So it can go right there. So, but is there something I should say, or just my own little welcome home?
Your own welcome home from the heart and with obeisances. And how will you serve them? As with the deity, you can just in general offer incense as you're offering in the room each day. Okay. But you can serve them by reading them, Devi.
Yes. Haribol. I'm so, and what a coincidence, because I was even thinking like, but I don't want to go somewhere because I want to attend class. But then something was really telling me, just go, and it's devotees and they're relocating, you know.
So how did you know somebody was giving away gopi skirts?
Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Completely anonymous, you know. So, and yeah, my luck.
Okay. Use the web for the right purpose, and
Hare Krishna.
I would never have. I didn't even know of Facebook Marketplace, so I would not have gone there. But there we are. Anyway, wonderful, and the Lord works in wondrous ways, and the lady is moving. But I hope that she still keeps Srimad Bhagavatam in her heart, or I know that.
You know what? I wouldn't have taken it. She said it's her second set. So, because I wouldn't have taken it otherwise, you know, I'd be like, wow, that's not a fortunate thing to give that away, like a second-hand thing, you know. It's not. It was it was gifted. It was her second set because they're really downsizing. Yeah. And they're moving across the country, not just across the street.
And so, if I saw rightly, they're the large set, the large print edition.
Yes, they're the hardcover, you know, the real thing, and it's very nice. And her little son, he was like, I'm doing seva. He helped carrying it out, putting it in my car. I'm like, before I knew it, I'm driving off thinking like, oh, and I'm making it to your class too. So it's one of those Krishna willing, you know.
All right. And you've made it home. You've driven home safely.
I did.
And you're back at home. All right.
I'm back at, so I put them up right now, and I send a picture when they're up, where I put them up on my on the designated already existent space.
And on that point too, just to share that Srila Gurudev had pictures in his room of, well, actually mainly deities in different places around the world, deities of our temples. And he had a picture of Guru Maharaj and various pictures he had on the walls. And people who've been to Navadip, you've seen that, no doubt. But every day, Gurudev had his assistant to offer incense, just to go around and just offer incense to all of the pictures and to everything holy, which is on Gurudev's veranda, practically everything. So this way was mentioning that to give honor to everything holy, and especially the pictures and the books, and of course the deities, but the general honor, that we shouldn't just take everything for granted, and we should really realize that the pictures, they are manifesting also a little window to the upper world, and at least a reminder to us of what is waiting there. All right. So yes, and in the meantime,
I will do that. And what do you think of sage? Because I've been offering sage to the pictures.
I have no comment because I don't know.
Okay.
Sage, I've never heard of.
It's white sage. It grows here in California. It's very purifying. It's like incense. It's very pure. It dries and then you burn it like incense.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably better than many of the commercial incense. By the way, the word, I am told, I'm not a Sanskritian or anything, but I'm told by one of our devotees who knows about the process of offering, and the offering doesn't actually say incense, it's fragrance. And so burning something fragrant, it doesn't have to be an official incense stick. Then the fragrance being offered is the necessity. So I'm happy to hear sage, you dry it and then burn it.
Yes, and it's really it's considered very holy from the people who really come from here, not the Americans, but the natives. It's for purification. It's used. It's very uplifting, and actually, it's when you inhale it, it's like antiviral, antibacterial. So, and it's you purify any room in an instant. If you feel like how some people have ghosts or something, you just go through it with sage, and everything unwanted will disappear. So it's very powerful, actually. White sage. I should bring you some from here. I should pick some and bring it to you in Thailand.
Okay, well, you can bring it also to Italy if you like, but bring it to Thailand.
That means I have to come to Italy. I'd love to, but let's see what happens. I mean, magic all the time. Like now I'm bringing home a Bhagavatam, who knows? Maybe I shall bring you sage to Italy.
Anyway, white sage. I'm going to make a note of that for our gardeners
Oh,
here.
it's so, yes, in the garden.
White sage. Okay. I made a note, and our gardener came back in the middle of the night last night from visiting Ireland. Excuse me. Means Chinmoy Prabhu, he was away also for a little while for his family. His mum is not doing so well. I hope she's doing a bit better, but as we read in a translation recently, then in old age we become besieged by disease and old age. So unfortunately, this does happen. So Chinmoy Dev has been seeing his mum, but the garden here is very profuse. And we may have a little video to share with you, because we're hoping that once he gets over the jet lag from flying from Ireland to Italy, that we'll be able to draw a video from him, because he knows best what is in the garden. When I look, I just have my jaw open and I'm amazed at all of the organization, all the things that grow from the same soil. You already, all of you know, I'm always amazed by the garden. It's like a miracle place. But it's well organized, and by now, all the time, basically, all the vegetables and everything, potatoes, greens, all the other things, they come only from the garden. And so it's wonderful to see. It's organized so everything doesn't mature at once. Otherwise, you have a whole garden of which can feed like so many people, but for a week or something, or I don't know, month, but it's organized so that it will last through to late into autumn, if not into winter. All right, so Jai, so happy to see your hand up. So there's a very auspicious event, the very auspicious thing happening to Ganga Lila Devi Dasi, and on Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disappearance day and Gadadhar Pandit's disappearance day. So just to come to the little bit more about Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he really is so important. He is the very beginning, essentially the beginning of the upward wave that followed behind Mahaprabhu's great wave of the distribution of Krishna Kirtan, his distribution of mercy through the holy name, extreme mercy to give access to Goloka Vrindavan, the topmost area of the topmost plane of Vaikuntha. So Mahaprabhu came with that gift, came with a big wave, there was a big dip behind it, and then the next wave came up with Bhakti Vinod Thakur as the inaugurator of that wave. And from him we have got scripture, we have got the holy Dham, we have got the holy name, and we've got the devotee, that devotee Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and hence on to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, and Srila Prabhupada. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, extremely important, and there are many names in our calendar, but Bhakti Vinod Thakur's name and personality stands out because without Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, we would still be in the dark ages in the real sense of the word. And just briefly, because we must mention Gadadhar Pandit, and Gadadhar Pandit grew up with Mahaprabhu. He was his school friend. Sometimes he would run away or try to hide if he saw Nimai Pandit coming in Navadip, because Nimai Pandit, before being devotee, was very joyful in his learning to defeat others of his fellow students, and also to defeat the lecturers too. But the other students, he would always challenge with some challenge of rhetoric or logic, whatever it may be, the technical challenge, but asking, oh, can you say what is this? And then Mahaprabhu will refute, then establish his own, then refute his own, establish his own. Anyway, he would end up more or less, teasing his fellow students. And Gadadhar Pandit, he loved Mahaprabhu with all his heart, but only lamenting at that time that he's not a devotee. He's so brilliant, but he's not a devotee. And then it was in this line that presently, when Mahaprabhu went to Gaya and then met with Ishvara Puri and then received initiation, then when he came back, Mahaprabhu was a devotee, and all the existing devotees were so happy about that transformation. So Gadadhar Pandit was a school chum of school contemporary, lived basically in Navadip all his life with Nimai Pandit. And when Nimai went to take sannyas, then Gadadhar Pandit also left Navadip and just wanted to be with the new version of Nimai Pandit, which is the sannyasi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so when Gadadhar Pandit heard in Shantipur at the house of Advaita Acharya that Mahaprabhu was going to make Jagannath Puri his base, then after taking sannyas, then Gadadhar Pandit, he resolved, I will go to Puri. There I will also take sannyas. but I will take Kshetra sannyasa. I will not leave Jagannath Puri, because the sannyasis generally go traveling so that they're not in one fixed place. But Kshetra sannyas is a different type of sannyas where they're staying in one place. And this way, Gadadhar Pandit went to Jagannath Puri, took Kshetra sannyas, and he is an eternal servant of Mahaprabhu. But in what capacity? That Guru Maharaj describes that Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani herself, after having fully given everything for Krishna, because Krishna, she wants to satisfy Krishna, and Krishna wants to taste what is what it is that Radharani tastes in her extreme devotion to him. And so Radharani giving herself to Krishna, giving her whole heart to Krishna, and giving her halo, giving her luster, giving her color to Krishna also, so he won't hurt himself when he falls to the ground in ecstasy. So she gives everything to Krishna, and Krishna manifests himself in this way as Nimai, as in Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauranga. So the Golden Lord, who is Krishna and Radharani combined. And so what is left of Srimati Radharani after giving her heart and luster is Gadadhar Pandit. So Gadadhar Pandit is the fully Radharani in the Leela of Mahaprabhu. And so it is Gadadhar Pandit who took Kshetra sannyas and who Mahaprabhu went to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So today, Ganga Lila, she received Srimad Bhagavatam. It came to her automatically. And who read Srimad Bhagavatam to Mahaprabhu, no less, that Mahaprabhu relished hearing from, was from Gadadhar Pandit. So Radharani herself speaking from the book, which is glorifying Radharani. Every expression directly or indirectly glorifying her. And here we are seeing offering of incense there in the home of Ganga Lila Devi. Very beautiful. And some oh, is this the sage? We need to.
Yes, I wish you could smell it. It's they're like dried, sage plant. And here they are.
Yes,
they have arrived.
Yes, we can smell.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj. All right, beautiful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. All right. So, dear devotees, can we ask, what news? Any new? Ishwaranand Prabhu, what news? Have you bought a plane ticket yet? Yes. Oh, you're keeping very quiet. I don't know. Did you send me a message? Please excuse anybody if I didn't reply. I try to reply everyone. Anyway, Ishwaranand was being very quiet, but he nodded his head. So maybe he's Mauna Brata, the vows.
Maharaj, I'm here sitting under the Tulsi outside, and so the road's kind of loud, but I'm going to come into the front room of the temple. Yes, I bought my ticket, but it was really late at night, and so I haven't texted you in it's recent.
Oh, really? You just bought your ticket? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The service update from the temple here is there was a new pujari here, and so there was a fire sacrifice So lots of cleaning before the Guna Manjari cleaning day, which is tomorrow. So everyone's enthusiastic about that. So Sri Leka Didi and Braja Didi are preparing everyone and sending out texts to the group and the community to get everyone here tomorrow. So that's a service update.
Prabhu, the name of the cleaning day is the Gundicha Marjanam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gundicha Marjanam. Gundicha is the temple where Jagannath goes to, which is understood to be non-different from Vrindavan. And Marjanam means cleaning. So it's Gundicha Marjanam, just to mention that, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Anyways, that's a service update. And thank you for helping me to understand the correct way to pronunciate that. Dandavats devotees.
So indeed, for some it's Gadadhar Pandit and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Disappearance Day still. And for some, it is the beginning of the Gundicha Marjanam. And by the way, I expect you all know and building up and getting excited for the next day too, which is the Jagannath Ratha Yatra, which somehow brings joy to everybody, whether devotee or non-devotee. There's something quite magical about the Jagannath Ratha Yatra, because even for devotees to understand what's going on, yes, Krishna plays a flute, he's bent to threefold bending form, this, that, and the other. But here he is looking like this. But for everybody, the devotees even know who is Krishna, but he's appearing in such a form and he's going on a chariot. And the non-devotees don't have a clue, except somehow it's auspicious and it's happy. And look how many people attend the Ratha Yatras around the world. I know Divya Shakti's with us or not, I'm not sure, but she went to New York to go to the Ratha Yatra there in New York, but it rained, poured down with rain apparently, so maybe a few less this year in the rain. But the Ratha Yatras that take place all over the world draw so many ordinary people as well as devotees, and just makes everyone happy. So the Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri is taking place tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, depending where you are. So this is a festival time, and you might have heard an expression that we would say in Chaitanya Sarasat Mat, that every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Sarasat Mat for those who participate. Hare Krishna. And everyone can participate in these festivals. And Gundicha Marjanam is a day where all over the world, then the temples of Lord Vishnu, Krishna, they're cleansed in particular, deep clean, you would say, I think. Or Maha clean, if you are in the devotee section. Maha, a big cleanup. So wherever you are, your altar, your home dedicated to Krishna, you can do something extra. And yesterday, outside, when we went to do the puja of Gurudev, Srila Gurudev at his Pushpa Samadhi, his flower Samadhi Mandir, just outside here, then some creature had opened the incense holder, which is quite solid, it's made of brass, I think, taken the lid off and scattered the remains of the incense stick, it wasn't white sage, but incense stick, scattered the remains of those around and about, obviously looking for some food inside there. And we're conjecturing, like, what animal would have done that? And Munindra Mohan said, it must have had hands, otherwise how did it get the lid off? And I think, what animal's got hands? But then the squirrel has hands. But because he holds nuts and quite like this. But the squirrels live here, but they know there's no food in there. So anyway, it's the first time we've seen them. Raccoon, no raccoons here. But there are foxes and rabbits and don't know what. Anyway, one of those mysteries. But anyway, how did we think about that? Not sure. But, oh, because of the Gundicha Marjan, the big cleanup. So to do something extra. And please read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Everyone, wherever you are, read the Gundicha Marjana pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the next day, the Ratha Yatra, the chanting of Mahaprabhu. And read that instead of listening to the commentary on the Indian television, because the commentary doesn't quite follow the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Unfortunately, you'll mostly find that the commentary is Mayavad, and it's very painful to hear, very painful to hear devotional activity being described in an impersonal way, and very sad. So if you want to hear the commentary, put it on Hindi or Urdu or some language you can't understand, and then you think, okay, oh, so much glorification of Jagannath. Hare Krishna. But to be, to have a little empathy, whatever the right word is for the commentators, they have to say something all day long. So you can understand to talk all day long about the activities that are taking place. And especially if you're not really, clued up on the whole conception of what is Jagannath Ratha Yatra, then you've got a lot of space to fill in. What happens when there's space to fill in? So anyway, but one thing about the commentators, by the way, on the Ratha Yatra, is there are some that are very enthusiastic. So still, it's good to put on the Hindi or the Oriyan, because maybe some of you know some Hindi, but I don't expect that any of you know any Oriyan language. The Oriyan language is the land of Orissa, or Odessa, whatever pronunciation or change of name is there. But the language of Puri is Oriya, and there is a channel on the YouTube of live broadcasts, which is in Oriyan. It's very good because you can get the enthusiasm and hear the excitement of everything that's going on without having to understand, is that right or wrong? Is that right or wrong? That sounds wrong to me. Oh, that sounds right. We don't have to go there. We'll get right from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll get right from Guru Maharaj and Guru Dev. But anyhow, and that's also some grace of the modern age, that we can see Ratha Yatra live. We can participate. When you're there, most of you would probably manage to be in the crowd and get to the rope most of you probably would not go to pull the cart because of the extreme competition, to put it mildly, to get there, and the squash and the losing your mobile phones and everything else, which just goes along with the course to get to the rope. But so most of you, even if you're there, you'll be a little bit separated and witnessing. So this way we are also there, but a little separated and witnessing, but we can't actually get to the rope and help to pull Jagannath pull Krishna towards Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. So these are special days. Gadadhar Pandit's disappearance, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disappearance. On one day, then the next day, Gundicha Marjanam, preparing the altar for the Lord to come to sit. And that is not only a physical thing, but it is for the heart. And this way we will get this understanding by reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and the purports. And I'm not exactly sure, let me see, if I read this, last time, but it doesn't matter if I did. I've read it on the back on the Zoom. If we read in Back to Basics last time, it's no problem. We're reading it again. After all, since the last Back to Basics to this Back to Basics, which is 4 days or 3 days, 4 days, then I hope everyone has repeated Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, many times. So repetition is good for us, so a good thing. So chat box. Oh, there are lots of things in the chat box. Okay, Svarup Devi Dasi, thank you. She's put a link to the Bhakti Vinod Dasakam. She's put a link, to what I read from the translator's note of the Bhakti Vinod Dasakam, and then, the disappearance of Gadadhar Pandit. Okay, so there we are from Svarup. She's given us some links there, and the link to the Gundicha Marjan. R.T. Lane, Ganga Lila says, I will go to LA in August for Ratha Yatra. Jai. Mayeshwari suggested it was a raccoon. Not, but we'll see. If it'll be happy if he does it every day. Maybe we should put some food inside. Then we can put a camera there overnight and see what happens. Okay. Veda base, Madhya Lila. And this, Svarupa, this is Gundicha Marjan, is it? Yes, okay, she's nodding. So the link for the Veda base is the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 12, Gundicha Marjan. And now I'm going to paste into the box. The line breaks are all in the wrong place, don't worry. But this is what I'm exactly going to read now. This is Srila Guru Maharaj, and most likely we did read here on Back to Basics, Back to Basics last week. It's all good. And this is Srila Guru Maharaj saying, the desire for enjoyment, bhukti, and the desire for liberation, mukti, are compared to ghosts. How can we dare to express that bhakti, the real touch of Krishna, is descending into our hearts when these demons are there? And then the bit I was thinking about Gundicha Marjanam, to clean the temple, to clean our hearts, to make a suitable sitting place for the Lord. Then Guru Maharaj says, the noble lady of devotion will come there to sit on the same bench as these demons? How can we expect that? If we have not freed ourselves from all these nasty things, then how can we dare to invite the lady of Krishna Bhakti to come into our hearts? So we must cleanse our hearts. Hare Krishna, Chaito Marjanam, this word Marjanam coming up, cleaning the mirror of the heart by the chanting of the holy name. And cleansing the temple, doing seva. And seva at this time, we know, Gurudev will be very happy to know the devotees are cleaning the various temples and altars around the world. So a few words from myself. Aparajita Devi Dasi, what is your news from Thailand?
Maharaj, yeah, actually, we actually Muktinand, during this 1 month, he have been kind of unstable, and eventually he feeling better, and so we very happy about his improvement. And
yeah, okay.
Yes, and we also excited to continue the program in Bangkok right now. And Tony, he leave to America for a few weeks, and we just preparing for more program in the morning. We planning to do something in the morning in Bangkok. And yes, I wonder about Yatra. I wonder, as I'm in Bangkok, I'm not sure what is the best way for me to do on that day. Yeah, normally I also like to listen in the audio in the website, and I think in the ISKCON temple they have something, but I also not sure should I go there or yes.
Okay, so Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is for you, for everyone. And again, it will be coming just after that link that Svarup put there. So it'll be probably the next chapter, chapter 13, likely enough. But yes, there's no objection to go to the ISKCON temple. I don't know who runs the temple, so we never know exactly how things are going to be presented in the different temples. But that applies everywhere, in the sense of, we hope that the current is coming through correctly. But when we don't yet have a center in Bangkok, but may have a center presently, then to have the association of devotees, and especially Ratha Yatra is very unifying. Not only the public come, but all the different sections of devotees come together, and they don't boycott Ratha Yatra because of, oh, I'm from another guru, they're from another guru. All of this, it has to be left aside in our lives. We have to live happily, knowing that everyone's got a mum and dad, and everyone, it's not, they're all got to be children of my mum and dad for me to get along with them. But there is safety in our family, this we can say. But yes, I can say go to the ISKCON temple if you're happy in that association and chanting Hare Krishna. And by the way, I think most of you know we're working on the songbook and trying to make it so it's going to be at least following the system of transliteration that's in Chaitanya Charitamrita and elsewhere. It's a little bit random at the moment. But we got so many songs. But we looked to see if ISKCON had like an authoritative songbook, because the BBT, the Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust, they're very like scrutinizing what gets published in their name. And so we're looking, but actually we don't find like the ISKCON songbook. And one devotee said, that's because the ISKCON songbook essentially has one song in it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because really they chant this a lot, and they are not so accustomed as in our matter of chanting, songs as glorification in the sense like specific, or the names of the Lord indicating different things, and songs of the mood of the devotees as given by Narottam Das Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who we just briefly said he gave us scripture. Well, he gave us scripture in the form of his commentaries on Bhagavad Gita and presenting Chaitanya Charitamrita, rediscovering Chaitanya Charitamrita, and his own books that he wrote. There's a whole list of books that he wrote, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and his kirtans, and it is now principally his kirtans that we sing. So our mat, which actually is the standard that Srila Prabhupada wanted his devotees to follow. He sent his senior devotees to Guru Maharaj, and for the purpose of them getting trained into what is the temple life, etc. So Chaitanya Saraswati Mat is not ISKCON, but it's not ISKCON in the official, the name ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's where Guru Maharaj held that standard, and Srila Prabhupada sent his most promising devotees to Guru Maharaj to get trained. Srila Prabhupada had so many things to do alone. If you have trouble running your one flat or a household with 2 or 3 children, then try running multiple temples with hundreds of devotees, hundreds of children doing so many things. And so Srila Prabhupada, he wanted that they would be trained, so sent them to Guru Maharaj. All right, so yes, so Ratha Yatra, chant Hare Krishna. This, pick up the songbook with Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Find the channel on YouTube where they're broadcasting the Oriya version. Hear, feel the mood, understand from Chaitanya Charitamrita what is taking place on Ratha Yatra. It's Krishna going from Dwarka to Vrindavan, going from the Aishwarya, the grandeur of the royalty, to Vrindavan. And actually, we were listening in the temple room a couple of days ago to Srila Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj, he described Krishna when he went to Kurukshetra. When he was in Kurukshetra, that Krishna was the undisputed king of India. These kind of words Guru Maharaj used. And I thought, okay, we don't normally think of Krishna as the king of India. But Krishna was the undisputed king of India. I mean, he was there very kingly with 16,108 wives and all sorts of palaces and everything. That's kind of an undisputed king of India. It was an interesting way to describe his supreme opulence and, Aishwarya, the grandeur. Krishna, grand Krishna. And that grand Krishna came to Kurukshetra on the, excuse, if you like, of a solar eclipse. And so they'll go there and be in an auspicious place to counteract the inauspiciousness of the eclipse. And there the gopis met this very royal Krishna. And that was where the zenith of their separation came. And they were so close to Krishna, but not in the environment of Vrindavan, and not Krishna wearing his regular cowherd boy clothes and playing his flute. Like that. So Ratha Yatra is the royal Krishna going back to Vrindavan. Very wonderful. It's very wonderful. And while reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, please do read the purports, the commentaries, because Srila Prabhupada will keep you going. He will keep you on track of what is taking place. Now, Svarup just put a YouTube link, which is, I assume, the live feed, is it? No.
I think so, Maharaj. It is Odisha. I don't know if it's supposed to say Orissa.
Well, nowadays, I think it got renamed to Odessa. I don't know.
That's the one.
But that D, by the way, is a D with a dot under it, which is a R, which is basically like Calcutta. Everyone called Calcutta, but the local pronunciation anyhow was Kolkata. Just think of Bengali. So Orissa, Odessa, same, but different. Anyway, on Google, by now everyone knows Google. Everyone here knows Google because we're using our Zoom and things. Google and YouTube, you can find pretty much readily a live feed. And for some time, it wasn't on YouTube, but it was on the NDTV television webpage or something. It was something on the webpage. But now I think it is, the last few years I've seen, it's been on YouTube. But to sit and watch it, it's something that if you have nothing else to do, maybe you can sit and watch it. But generally we plug in the computer to the power so it doesn't run out of power, and then we carry on with our things that we're doing, and like listening to audiobooks or something. Well, no, listening to audiobooks, you do want to concentrate, and so you can do that while like washing the dishes or something. But the Ratha Yatra can be going on while you're doing other things. It's not an apparat. But we should give respect to the spoken books and not just have it on as background. You know, Gurudev speaking Bhagavad Gita as background music. We want it to be serious, taken seriously. Let me just see. I'm going to keep that link for the YouTube, just in case I can't find it. But that's for tomorrow, means that's wherever you are, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's for Saturday. And Friday is Gundicha Marjan. All you need is a bucket of water, piece of cloth, and your muscles. How about that? Hare Krishna. Govinda Govinda. I know Bhima Krishna is ready to come out with some. Oh, look, he put up his hand just as I mentioned his name. I knew you were ready to say something. I think Leela Mahaprabhu is and others are too, is what I was going to say. I've been talking more today. I'm sorry about that. But now, Bhima Krishna, over to you. I shall try to, as we said before, Mauna Vrata. I shall try to take a vow of silence for the next few minutes.
Maharaj. Mine's super simple. I don't know if you found a songbook from the BBT. This is an old one I have, but it's like a fifth version, and it's from 2006. But it is a BBT songbook, so I don't know if you found what you were looking for. If that might help at all, or anyway, I can help with this. I mean, I'm happy to. But this is
what is the official? What's the name? I can only see the picture.
Songs of the Vaishnavacharyas, and it is by the BBT.
Okay.
And this one says it's the fifth printing, and it's printed in 2006. So I'm assuming there's more by now, but
okay. I think we found that, and maybe in an earlier form. But many thanks for the tip. I've made a note of it, and we'll look for that too.
Yeah. That's all I have. I'll keep it short. Svarup did post something in the chats before the YouTube, though. I don't know if that's something you have time for, but my dandavats to all.
So she's put something. The worst hater of everything. What is this? Dandavat pranams Gurudev and devotees. Final sharing from me. This stood out for me this week and felt like I got the wind knocked out of me. Well, the title knocks the wind out of me. I hope it's sweet and gentle. But if the wind got the wind knocked out of you, probably wasn't. Probably a big hit. Okay, I'm going to save that too. The thing is, are you okay? Svarup, David, please. We've got to pass the microphone to you. Just give us a little introduction to attract us and not to put fear into us. Let us know what we're stepping into. It's from the gaudiyadarshan.com, but the title is a little strong.
Hi, Gurudev. Try to all the devotees. So I was doing a search on the day to see, if anything resonated or message for the day. And this came through. And I think we also chatted about bhakti and mukti, and we're talking about renunciation and liberation. Well, this article from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Srila Maharaj says that renunciation is worse than materialism. And why I say it stood out for me, or it felt like I got the wind knocked out of me, is because a lot of the times I can recall feeling like, oh, when is this going to end? Having dreams of being by myself and not being yeah, just having some time out. And when I read this article, it was so apparent that it's so important to, like we're always hearing, to the environment is friendly, and that everyone is friendly, and to look at myself, why am I feeling like, you know, yeah, I can't handle it. So just in a brief, that was what stood out for me and what the article was about.
All right.
Right,
So
Gurudev.
even though it has this word hate in it, it's actually an article of love and beauty. Okay, that's that's good news for us all. All right, so let us all add this to our homework list for that link which is there, and you, like myself, can copy it and put it into your little scrapbook for things to do, your homework for today. So let us all do a little homework, and in the meantime, we are all continuing. You're continuing your lives late in the evening for our Brazil devotees, more sensible time for other devotees, and early in the morning for our European devotees, of whom there are none. Oh dear, I'll have to make more noise, and maybe I should do the Zoom upstairs near the dormitories. All right, but we do know lots of you do see the recorded versions, and you send your appreciations, and we appreciate that in the recorded version on Facebook and wherever else they are, on YouTube, I think. Oh, Leela Moy Prabhu, can you please, you know where everything is, can you please find for me in the early back to basics, where we gave the meanings of the key Jai prayers, you know, the Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda, all those things. And there is a list, a PDF, no doubt. I was looking for it yesterday, but I'm not the best person at finding things like that in YouTube, in wherever it is. You know where everything's posted. I don't post them. I just...
Yes, I'll send it to you, the links. I have two, I think we have two videos about the Jais. Anyway,
But there's
I'll
a
send it to you.
PDF file, Prabhu.
No.
I
No
made
PDF file. We have the video, not the
okay,
PDF
we'll send the
file.
video. Yeah.
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 I don't know where this PDF are.
I also don't. I looked. Anyhow, because we're going to add them to the new songbook, along with Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And actually, somebody not recently said, why in your books is it not mentioned about the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, like it's not listed in some of the books, whereas in Srila Prabhupada's books, everywhere you're going to find and chant the Maha Mantra. And it's a good point. It's a good point. We should really try to make the Panchatattva Maha Mantra and the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra like everywhere, widely known. All right, dear devotees, we're going to continue, and always wonderful having you all with us, and let us all try to keep our basics of our devotional life firm, and we've got no excuse these 3 days with festivals and special remembrance of our guardians, the Lord in separation, Vrindavan, and Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always ecstatic during this time of Ratha Yatra. Without Mahaprabhu, without Nityananda, without Advaita Acharya, without Gadadhar Pandit, without our parampara, without the connection, we are hopeless. So now we have hope. Let us use our hopeful time properly. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Ratha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Panchatattva Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Vishwarenya Shilesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Srila Bhakti Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
If you must say such words, please speak softly. Hare Krishna. All right, dear devotees, see you all soon. And we're here in touch. And I'm going to follow these links, maybe not immediately, but soon. Please also yourselves too. Thank you, Bimal Krishnaguru, for the tip. I'll also search that. Dandavat, Vrindavan, Sri Devi Dasi. Late at night, we take our hat off to yourself, to Leela Mahaprabhu, the devotees who really burning the midnight oil to be here. We appreciate very much. Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj, Ami Ashchi.